What's going on, guys? Welcome along to Arsenal Fan TV, and you can't really ask for much more really. That is a fantastic win from Arsenal, a marvellous performance, an excellent 3 points and a really exquisite 3 goals. I'm literally over the moon. I really didn't think that game would be quite as simple and as comfortable as it would be. And I was going into this game really sceptical, thinking it might be a scrappy 1-0 win, but you know what? We pulled through, excellent 3 points. I mean, this is a massive 3 points for us away from home. Not many teams go to Hull and score as many goals as that. I mean, I was hearing before the game that they've only conceded 16 goals in 17 games, and although that may sound a lot, for a team like them, that is still a pretty good record. And to get 3 goals past them, they've got an excellent defence as well. So to score that many goals, I think we've done incredibly well today. Excellent victory. I can't criticise a single player because I thought everyone was absolutely magnificent. Anyway, I'll start things off with the Arsenal starting lineup. I did question it a bit really. I mean, we saw a fairly routine defence. We saw Sanya, Mertesacker, Koscielny and Monreal, because of course we had no Vermaelen in the team of Monreal. Whenever I see him on a team sheet, I've got to be honest, I do query it a bit, because sometimes he is prone to being out of position and he does make the odd mistake, but today I thought it was excellent. He still gets caught out of position a few times, but there was no real worry there. Midfield, Ramsey and Ozil backing in. Now that was a massive, massive boost for us, having Ozil back in the team, and I thought he was so influential in the squad today. He really does make the difference. And you can't help but wonder, what if Ramsey and Ozil had stayed fit? Because that performance today replicated the kind of performances we were having earlier on in the season. It was a carbon copy of how we were playing at the start, and we just looked so good, so comfortable. It was an exquisite Arsenal performance. It was typical Arsenal, in fact. And if those players had stayed fit, then you can't help but wonder where we would have been. But the fact of the matter is, we lost them, and we're in this position now. And to be honest, if we can finish the season strongly, pick up the FA Cup, if we can keep them fit next season, then who knows what could happen, because there's an awful lot of belief that can be taken for performances like this. Anyway, the game, it wasn't really, it did start a bit nervy for Arsenal. We weren't all that comfortable on the ball. We did allow Hull to have quite a lot of time and pressure on us, and they were really dominating the game, certainly on the upper foot for, I'd say, about 20 minutes of the game, certainly at the start. They were pressurising us. Steve Bruce went all out for this game. He started Jelavic and Long up top, but we dealt with the threat of them extremely well, even if there was a threat, because they weren't looking too good on the ball. In fact, Jelavic offered absolutely nothing for them. Long, he was very dangerous in the air, and he was also very good on the ball, so you've got to give him praise, and you've got to give Steve Bruce an awful lot of praise for actually going out at us and trying to get the 3 points. I mean, it does take guts to do that. And although it did take us a while to get into our rhythm, we did do it after about the 25-minute mark, I'd say. We looked an awful lot more comfortable on the ball. The likes of Cazorla, Ozil getting involved a lot more in the game. Giroud, I've kind of got to give him a bit of praise. Although he didn't score today, although he missed a basically open goal, his hold-up play was magnificent today, and if it wasn't for him, we probably wouldn't have scored one of our goals. So, like I said, I can't criticise a single player on the pitch, because this team, that starting 11, works so well with each other. The understanding between those players is magnificent. It's marvellous, in fact. And we saw a typical Arsenal goal about 30 minutes in. Aaron Ramsey goal was absolutely magnificent. The build-up to this goal, it was kind of so unexpected, because it came out of nowhere, and these were the kind of goals we were scoring earlier on in the season. Ozil, lovely ball to Cazorla, poked through to Ramsey. I was so glad to see him score as well. He took his goal extremely well. 1-0 up, and I was kind of thinking, you know, are we going to go for more goals? Are we going to sit back? And fair play to Arsenal, because we really went at them. We carried on pressurising them. We got another reward yet again. Amazing goal by Podolski, and he has been amazing for us over the past couple of games. I can't quite remember how many goals that is for him now. I think 4 goals in 2 games, I think, something like that. But he was amazing for us today, and it's a bit shame that we didn't keep him on to get his hat-trick, but he played extremely well for the time he was on the pitch. This goal, Giroud crossed it into Ramsey, chested it down to Podolski, bang, right in the bottom corner, past the goalkeeper, 2-0, going into half-time at 2-0. I really didn't expect that. I mean, I was expecting to go into half-time 0-0, 1-0 up, but 2-0. We came out into that second half, loads of confidence, more of the same from Arsenal. We looked really good on the ball. Olay time, really, because it really was that comfortable, that easy at times. And our midfield absolutely ran the show. We just looked so good on the ball. We saw Ozil go off at the 60-minute mark. He's had a good hour of football. He was extremely good. And he was one of those performances that he had earlier on in the season. I was really glad to see him be so influential in the game. And I do want to see him play a full 90 minutes against Newcastle on Monday week. Anyway, getting a bit further into that second half, you're kind of thinking, are we going to score goals? I mean, we didn't really look like we were posing too much of a threat up top. I mean, we kind of slackened off a bit. We looked really comfortable on the ball, and it did kind of look like we were holding out for the win, but nonetheless, another goal. Cazorla involved in it again. Lovely ball. I think it was Cazorla or Monreal. I can't quite remember. Lovely ball to Ramsey. Shot saved by the keeper. Really good save by him as well. Podolski on hand to put it in the back of the net. 3-0 up. It's kind of game over from there. Although realistically, it probably was game over at Podolski's second goal. And we saw how the game from there. 3-0. This is a really good win. A really big confidence boosting win, and we can take an awful lot of pride from that. Going into that game against Newcastle on Monday week, where honestly I really do expect us to slaughter Newcastle, and that's not overconfidence. That's the way Newcastle are playing, and judging by that performance, we really should be going out there and getting a big win against Newcastle. That's at home as well, so I'm really looking forward to that game. And like I said, if we can finish this season strongly, then I think it'll be a good season. FA Cup, top 4, I'd have bitten your hand off if you'd have said that to me at the start of the season. And one more talking point as well, the foul, the so-called foul in the build-up to our second goal. Arteta with a foul on Jelavic. In my opinion, he made absolutely a meal of what was nothing. Arteta barely touched him, if he touched him, and Jelavic has just gone down. In my opinion, it really wasn't a foul. Leave your thoughts on that in the comments box below. That's the one I really want to hear about. But anyway, 3-0 victory, away from home. Can't ask for much more. Let's finish the job, get a win Newcastle, get a win against West Brom, finish it strongly in Norwich, and then we've got an FA Cup final to look forward to against the team we played today. And you know, I'm not going to say this is a dress rehearsal for the FA Cup final, because the Cup, anything can happen. We're going to be playing a different side that day. You've got to think of it that way. Anything can happen in the Cup. This certainly wasn't a dress rehearsal for it, but if we play like we have today, then there's no reason why we shouldn't be beating Hull, and in fact we should be beating them. So, you know, it can be a good season. Let's make it a good season, win all our remaining games, including the FA Cup final, and I'll be absolutely over the moon. Have a good summer, enjoy the World Cup, come back even stronger next season. Anyway, those have been my thoughts on the game. Please leave a like rating if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to Arsenal Fan TV, as well as my own channel, AFC Game by Game. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.